Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Um, my name is Ibrahim. I'm a member of Group H, and here I'd like to present my part, which is Istihsan in modern court law and cases. So let's have a brief overview. So in the past, when Sharia is being applied, especially during the era of Prophet Muhammad, before one person can be convicted, there has to be at least 4 witnesses that could testify that yes, so and so person committed such a crime. So now we move on to the present. Thanks to modern technology, with the advent of CCTV cameras, DNA tests, and fingerprints, one could be convicted easily with hard evidence. So now, let's talk about what this really means. As it is mentioned, Islam changes or evolves over time. So with this, scholars of Islam can come of a unison agreement in the mode of applying Sharia that does not negate to the fundamentals of Islam. So Islam encourages us to do research, make proposals and all that, as long as there's a limit. Islam encourages us to seek for knowledge. So in this scenario, using modern methods of gathering evidence, such as fingerprints and DNA, is acceptable. And there are verses in Quran that supports this. So in Surah Qiyamah, verse 3, it says, does man not know that we assemble his bones? And Surah Qiyamah, verse 4, yes, indeed, we are most capable of restoring even their very fingertips. So this shows, this verse talks about how Allah has created us in a very meticulous manner. So with this, we can decipher the fact that they mention fingertips. So we can really decipher the information in such a way that, when we gather fingerprints as an evidence, it says that every single human being has a unique fingerprint. Even twins, they do not have the same fingerprint. So using this verse, we can use it to support the claim. And a lot of scholars have also agreed on this. So let me continue on with the court. So as we all know, in the Prophet's time, it's quite different. You usually just check the Sharia law. Still today, it's still applied. But in terms of having the evidence, it's very different now as it is in the past. So with the fact that Istihsan evolves over time, we can use modern methods and relate it with the verses in Quran, which explains how the human body works, and this can be used as a strong argument point on using modern methods. Like, let's say when somebody is caught stealing, for example, and it was caught on tape. So we can use this, in Sharia court to present the fact that this is a very glaring evidence that, yes, everybody can see it. It is also mentioned in the Quran or Hadith, if I'm not mistaken, that all our deeds are being recorded by the 2 angels. So with this, we can use logic to, to relate the two, that yes, our deeds are being recorded. So with this, when the camera records us, this is a man-made invention. So we can use that logic that, okay, the camera is able to record us, and with such we can go to such, with such we can come to a conclusion. So that'll be all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aqlan Amin bin Abdullah, and my matrical number is 1815097. Okay, in this video, I will present about the Al-Istihsan on vaccination and immunization. Okay, before I go further, I will define about the vaccination based on the World Health Organization. Okay, vaccination is a simple, safe, and effective way of protecting human beings in order to resist disease, which can bring harm to the human body. And at the same time, their body is already immune before the virus comes into contact with them. Moreover, the presence of the vaccine in the human body is to train the human immune system to create antibodies. Okay, in this slide, you can see that there are a lot of virus that can bring harm to the human, and at the same time, it can bring death to the human. So in order to fight them, people need to vaccinate their body. Okay, right now we are facing the pandemic COVID-19. So in order to fight this kind of virus, we need to use the vaccine. However, there are a group that be called as the group anti-vaccination. They stated that the status of the vaccine is not halal, and the ingredient in the vaccine will affect the health of people. So in order to solve the issue, the scholar used Istihsan. Istihsan settled by several mazhab like Hanbali, Maliki, and Hanafi. This kind of mazhab refer Al-Quran and Sunnah before use the Istihsan. This mazhab say that Istihsan be accepted because of the verse in the Quran and Hadith. The verse in the Quran is Surah Az-Zumar verse 18 and 55, and the Hadith of Rasulullah is about the harm is neither inflated nor related. So before the non-halal vaccine can be used, there are 3 conditions that written by the scholars. The first one is lack of suitable alternative. It can be said that we are running out of the time. So in order to fight this kind of virus, we need to use what we have right now. So if we have non-halal vaccine, Muslim need to use this because this is a darurah. The second one is the efficiency of the medicine is proven by the expert. So before the vaccine can be applied to the human, it must follow or be tested in the lab, which is by the experts one. The people will feel safe and not scared to use this kind of vaccine. The third one is obliteration of the impure substance to the point where it cannot be traced. So the ingredient in the vaccine need to be obliterated. At least there is nothing can be traced. However, Muslim scholars say that if there are another vaccines and the status of the vaccine is halal, Muslims are obligated to use the vaccines in order to fight any virus that they are facing nowadays and in the future. So I think that's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shakir Wajdi, and I will be continuing our presentation with a subtopic entitled Al-Istihsan on dropshipping. Dropshipping is a new trend in the world of business. We can understand dropshipping as a system that involves transaction of selling and buying, where a dropshipper can set a certain price on the product to get profit, followed by the dropshipper instantly buy product from the supplier just after he or she receive orders from the customers. It means that a dropshipper do not need to spend any money and keep any product. At first, a customer will order a product from a dropshipper. Then the dropshipper will order the product from the supplier. After that, the supplier will send the product to the customer. And finally, the dropshipper gets some profit based on the difference of the price set by him or her compared to the supplier. All in all, dropshipping have a lot of benefits, not only because dropshipper do not need to spend any money and keep any product, but also because it gives a chance for people from various education background to have income, and also flexible to be done anytime and everywhere. In terms of Istihsan, dropshipping can be discussed under the category of Istihsan based on an-nas, where general hukum is replaced by another hukum by using the legal text of Quran and Sunnah. First and foremost, dropshipping is somehow related with salam contract, which is a concept of pre-order. In general, the practice is prohibited based on the hadith stated that do not sell what you do not possess. However, salam contract has been excluded through Istihsan based on a hadith stated that he who makes an advance payment should not make advance payment except for a specified measure and weight and for a specified period. In conclusion, dropshipping is permissible in Islam through the application of Istihsan based on an-nas, as long as all parties follow every Islamic rules and avoid gharar, the action is permissible in order to give benefits to the society in this modern world.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Baharuddin bin Baso, metric number 1817823, and today I will present on Istihsan and on short selling. So earlier this year, a shocking incident happened in the financial market. GameStop's stock price went to a sudden spike from a steady 20 to $140 per share. This extreme surge made many people outside of the financial sector curious, and subsequently, many writings and videos published on the internet attempted to explain it. All of them pointed out short selling was the primary cause of this event. So, what is short selling, and does Islam permit this practice? My explanation on short selling is from Muhammad Sifat and Muhammad's 2016 business paper. It's a practice in which a party A borrows shares from shareholders, which is party B, and then sell the borrowed shares to another buyer or party C. Party A will get all the money profited from the sale. As with any borrowed contract, party A must return the borrowed shares to party B by repurchase them from party C. But the objective of short selling is for party A to gain profits. Hence, he or she needs to make sure the repurchase price is lower than when the initial selling. For example, when party A sells the borrowed shares for RM10 ringgit to party C, he or she expects the price will go down before repurchasing from the later. However, the Islamic scholars do not agree on one ruling to permit or prohibit the short selling practice. The Sharia Advisory Council SAC of the Security Commission of Malaysia allowed it in 2006 based on the Istihsan principle. Muhammad Sifat and Muhammad analyzed this position in their 2016 paper. Their analysis looked at three issues that the SAC addressed before concluding its stand. Firstly, the SAC stated that a stock is commercial paper. Consequently, its volatile nature in relation with the supply and demand becomes void. In other words, its value becomes fixed, which allows it to become a good of a loan contract. Secondly, the SAC provided a way to reduce risks and uncertainties in short selling. It holds Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Qayyim's view on the Prophet Muhammad's hadith that sellers can sell goods he or she does not possess if those transactions have few risks. The solution is all stocks for short selling must be put under the Central Lending Agency, and hence it becomes a regulated short selling, or RSS. Lastly, the RSS requires the short sellers to pay a 2% commission to the lenders. But as the extra payment may include the usury element, the SAC based the RSS on the Ijarah model. However, the model needs every party involved in a transaction to gain a benefit. In this case, only the lenders gain a real benefit from the commission. Meanwhile, Muhammad Sifat and Muhammad argued that the borrowers only make a speculative profit. Hence, it is at this moment when the SAC applied Istihsan, particularly Istihsan with Maslahah. The SAC argued that the short selling practice provides liquidity to the market. In conclusion, Istihsan provides an alternative ruling to serve public interests. Without it, some advancement may be impermissible in the Muslim community. Consequently, some problems may arise or hinder the progressions. For example, health risks may be prevalent because of a lack of vaccine, or people may be struggling to survive in a struggling economy. Hence, the alternative ruling that Istihsan provides should only concern the public and not for personal interest. Thank you.